so on we're going to be able to get you out of here plenty of time, I think, for the next event that some of you are going to go to at 6. But I want to make sure that we give you some updates on things that you might have interest in. And Bob, did you want to give a couple of updates?
Sure.
Okay, because we have some topics we've been working on. Sometimes we do a lot of work in the background. It's not high interest in the news media, but it adds up. So we try to keep you posted. So come on up.
Thank you. Let's see, just a couple of brief mentions. There is in a couple of weeks, on November the 14th, there's a temporary use permit going to go in front of the BCC. And it's going to ask for temporary use of the Davidson parking lot for a farmer's market. I don't know anything more. I think it's just extending what they used to do. Yeah, but on Sundays, starting at 9 a.m. and they're only allowed to sell agricultural products, and the applicants are Brian Ebel and Michael Kreider. So if you have a problem with that, you should go down to Venice to the commission meeting at 9 a.m. on November the 14th, just to make it convenient for you. Okay. The other thing that sometimes don't get heard very often is people can go in on zoning and ask for a variance. That's like, I want to build closer to the road that I'm supposed to be allowed. And the county zoning administrator, she makes a ruling. And if you don't like that, you can appeal it. And there's a whole board of volunteers that will hear your zoning appeal. And if you don't like them, you can take it to the circuit court. Anyways, there's 2 of them going to be held at the Ringling Building at 6 p.m. on November the 13th. One of them is for building a swimming pool too close to the pool equipment, too close to the side yard setbacks, and it's at 8066 Midnight Pass. And if you want to see some information on the announcement, I've got several copies here. The other one is a variance to build closer to the road and closer to the side, and a 3rd story added to the house, and that's at 95 Columbus Boulevard. And that's being requested by James Loesch, or an architect. So if you're interested in either of those, have at it. Or if you want us to go say something, just let the info line know and we'll represent you on that. I got a phone call from Mark Smith this afternoon. He apologized for not being able to be here. He was going to go up to up to New College, which is in his district, and attend a fundraiser to help save one of their historic dormitories up there. So he's up there eating mussels and contributing, I guess. So, but he sends his apologies. Honestly, I also wanted to, since there's a lot of things going on still about the mega hotels, besides the celebration this evening, Act 2 is getting ready to happen. So there's a couple parts of Act 2. One is that the 2 legal challenges are sort of not completely done yet, okay? Lourdes was reached a final decision on October the 9th. Congratulations, it was very successful. But the people have 30 days to appeal that to the Court of Appeals. Okay, so that's November the 9th. So it's not really final yet until the clock runs out. But the rumor is nobody's going to appeal it.
Did the county commission decide not to appeal it? Based on the county.
They did.
county's recommendation?
Yeah, about a week ago, the county commission said, we think it's a bad idea to appeal both that decision and the state decision that on the comprehensive plan violation by the statute, the DOA decision. But they said if the interveners, the developers, want to appeal it, we won't get in their way if they guarantee that they will pay for any legal costs that they might incur if Lourdes wins and the developers would have to pay Lourdes then. So, like I said, it's not completely clear yet, but it's close. And the county's basically said, I give. As you know, there was another lawsuit that is managed by the 222 Beach Road people and the people down by the SKA. And they had a hearing in front of the judge on October the 6th. And he told them, I understand both of you guys, the county and the interveners and the defendants, want to settle on the same basis as Lourdes. Go write that up and bring it back to me. Well, nothing happened on it. And today, unfortunately, I found out why. Their lead attorney, David Smolker, some of you may know, his son was tragically killed by his roommate in Colorado, a murder. So he's been a little distracted. But I'm told in the next week or so, they'll get that all signed and in front of the judge. So let's hope for better news for David, and it's a tragedy. The other thing that's sort of going on is, while it's hard to believe, 2 years ago now, the special exceptions to build high and for transient use were approved, and they expire in 2 years unless they get an extension from the county commission. Well, to get an extension, you have to prove that it's consistent with the comprehensive plan. Well, fat chance of that happening. So I think they're going to go by the wayside in another week or two. And as a matter of fact, the Village Hotel people have already filed a new comprehensive plan, a new special exception for height and transient use. And they reference what I'm going to talk about next, which is a change in the comprehensive plan so that it's no longer illegal. Okay, so what's going on with the comprehensive plan? Okay, the first thing those interveners said was, well, that's easy, we'll just go change the comprehensive plan. So over the last month, 3 people have filed a comprehensive plan change. And the commission has to approve developing those. In other words, having the staff work on them. And I hear they're going to do it on November the 28th in a commission meeting. And it just says, okay, staff, you're allowed to go spend time and energy working on these, what are called off-cycle comprehensive plan amendments. So they just get brought forward and they work on them. And then they start down the whole process of neighborhood workshops and planning commission and BCC, and then back to the state, and then back to the BCC. So it's gonna take a year at least. Okay. Now, there's some good news and some bad news in that. The Chamber of Commerce resurrected a comprehensive plan change that says it's okay to build more than 16 units per acre, 32 if you don't have any kitchens. And that one, I understand, have submitted, okay? It's the boutique hotel concept that people talked about. And there's a couple of things about it. They limit it to 16 or 32 rooms per acre. And they have in it a requirement that the county develop a traffic model like we have been advocating, and that the applicant pay to run that model to show that it's not going to cause a deterioration in the traffic, as opposed to these crazy things they did the last time around, which is, well, we could have built a Burger King and that would have been more traffic. So, I mean, this is a real traffic model. Joe, as a good engineer, and me, we really like this stuff. It's a big, complicated thing. And it'll even tell you whether there's too much car traffic, too much pedestrian traffic, too much bicycle traffic, and it's all baseline calibrated, and then forecast in the future, and then adds in the cumulative effects of 1, 2, or 3 hotels. So it's a pretty good hurdle. It's not perfect, but it'd be a heck of a lot better than what we get now. That's the chambers. I think people might find that a reasonable compromise, although I wouldn't blame Dave Lourdes for saying, are you kidding me? We just won. So, by the way, the coalition, which some of you have supported, has hired a lawyer, and we're going to send before the 28th a letter to the commission saying, are you kidding me? You're changing after you just lost. So we'll see what comes to that, but you know, it's something to do. Dave Ballot, the Wells Fargo Hotel, has a similar concept, but he doesn't have the he doesn't have the traffic model in there. And he also has in there, not just a boutique hotel with 75 rooms max. He wants to just be 52 rooms per acre, so with his 2 acres, he can put 100 rooms in. So we'll see, but those are, you know, this is not official yet. The other one was submitted by Kimberly Horn, you know, our favorite developer for Benderson. And they put in one for the village. And do you know where Fabio's is, the Italian restaurant, and Gilligan's, and that whole shopping center in there? They want to tear that down, and they want to build a 220-room hotel with only 150 parking places, and then they'll have some, quote, off-site parking for the rest of the 100 they're required to have. So, and the basis is unlimited density, because they only got about an acre there. Yeah. So, I mean, it's really offensive to me, but we'll see what comes of that. But I think, although it's not official, the commission is going to review those, and Mark has committed to not let it just go through as a consent item. He's going to pull it. They're going to have a good discussion of the chambers and Kimberly Horn, and they're going to hear an earful from the coalition and SKA and the condo council, because we're offended. It's like, you got to be kidding me. So that's sort of where we are right now. I don't know what Lourdes is going to do. I'm going to go to the meeting like you and find out what she's raising money for and what she's going to do. And I wish her best of luck. So, any questions? Sorry to be kind of a downer. Yeah.
So, do you know the status of the traffic light that, you know, in Stigney Point? Because now with this falling down, it raises issues that may be able to stymie that light.
There's a lot of people who think that Lourdes' decision at DOA said that the same restrictions on density increases applies to traffic increases, which are intensity increases. And turning on that traffic light would cause an intensity increase, right? And I think it would be, it's a good, anyways, people have until next week to file an appeal before the county's decision that made those changes to their detailed development plan are final. So I've been told that people are going to file for a stay and say, don't turn it on, because it will violate the comprehensive plan and the DOA decision.
Bob,
Yeah.
in in the Benderson proposal, at least the version I read, I don't know if it's been revised, but he was also asking that only 15% of the commercial property on Siesta Key be allowed to be hotels.
Yeah,
Which means he can cut out his competition.
well, maybe so, yeah. There's a bunch of things in there that are kind of sleeves off your vest. For example, they say, we won't develop any commercial general hotels with a beachfront.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, there's no commercial general property that is available on the beachfront. So I don't know what it is in 15%. I think there's room for at least 2 hotels, maybe 3, because that Benderson proposal was submitted not only by Benderson for that new shopping center, but also for the Village Hotel, you know, our favorite 170-room hotel. It's a joint proposal.
Both of them?
Yeah. So I don't, and I've been told that Ask Gary said, I don't have anything to do with that. And that Michael, Dave Ballot has said, I told you what my preference is. So I think we're, you know, if you had asked SKA right now, what you'd say is, we like what we got. We just won. Go away. But that doesn't usually work very well. But we're working on some legal strategies that I think might have a legal basis to stop them even changing the comprehensive plan to the extent it increases the density and intensity in hurricane evacuation in the high impact, high density coastal zone. And where that would go is not only, you can't change the local comprehensive plan to violate the state comprehensive plan. Nobody's ever talked about the state comprehensive plan except me. And there are 3 clauses in the state comprehensive plan that I think says you can't do that. You can't do it to Siesta Key. The rest of the county, they can go do what they want. The Lourdes' decision didn't change unlimited density for it. It didn't offset or set aside unlimited density on the mainland, only on the barrier islands. So they can go do what they want. And I don't know about the promenade because it's sort of covered by the barrier islands. Okay, I don't mean to confuse you, but it's like, you know, that just whack-a-mole. You get one down, the other one goes down. Yeah.
Yeah, where is the Lourdes celebration? It wasn't an address that I recognized.
Casarina.
Casarina, that's on Nice
It's
Path?
just
If you go out to the traffic light and turn left, it's down a little way.
on the
It's
right-hand
past
side.
Beach
Oh, so
Haven and
between
Gulf
here and
Haven.
Pitney Point there.
Oh, yeah, it's real close. If you go down to the intersection, take a left, and it's about 4 doors down on the right. Casarina's on the
Okay.
beachfront.
It's a little bit past Wells Fargo, so.
Yeah, just past that area.
And I think it has limited parking, so I don't know what you'll find there, but
This is why we offered the church parking lot, if you wanted to carpool with somebody or get a free ride, infamous free ride. You could go with a large group
You might get there
and
fast.
get a ticket in the queue of it, but it should help. I hopefully, if you all want to get together and run down there and come back, you can.
Is it walking distance? If
no.
you go with a large group, then you're kind of committed to coming back with a large group.
If you tell Dave you're secure and stable, I don't know why. You can do an evaluation right now.
Yeah, it's probably a quarter mile to a third of a mile.
It's not far, but it would be far if you would be tired and have to still come back that way. So
And
just
dark.
think about that.
Okay.
But you can get a drop off and a pickup and a free ride. That's the other option. A lot of people do that. Just come back and get your car.
This guy hiked the Appalachian Trail, he doesn't need any help.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, anything else?
There you go.
Catherine?
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, I'm going to ask any board members if they had any other comments or things they wanted to offer up. I know, Joyce, you're good. right? Okay. Anybody else have questions about anything you heard tonight? And if you do want to write in with ideas or suggestions, or even who do you want to come back again? Gee, it could be Dave, you know, write to us and let us know. And we will see you again then in December. Yes?
We want Jean Cannon to come back.
Oh, she will be back, yes. But right now, I'm so thankful, you know, she is able and willing to take time off, because it took all the things that happened for her to take time out, because she is a go-getter, as everybody knows. So we miss her, and Jean, you're probably listening right now, and just stay well, all right? All right, thank you all for coming, and have a great rest of your night. We'll see you in a month. Take good care, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank you.